I won't be a minute. I've got to make a phone call.
What are you getting Harry?
I haven't made up my mind.
I know, there's such a problem.
I thought a nice cardigan.
Oh, they're always useful.
Or a shirt.
I thought I'd get Norman a shirt. He uses so many since he went over to the managerial side.
I haven't even got the decorations up yet.
No, it's the time. I've been inundated since I went private. Still, I'll pop round tomorrow and do your nails and you'll be all ready for Christmas morning.
Sound like a turkey. That'll be Harry. I'm not here.
Hello?
Hello?
Ah, this is Mr. Longstaff.
Oh, yes.
How are you?
Mustn't grumble.
Looking forward to Christmas, no doubt.
You do, don't you?
Yes.
Can I have a quick word with my wife?
She isn't here.
Not there.
No.
She said you were doing her hair.
She said I was doing her hair.
Later.
Later.
You still there?
Yes. You're quite right. I remember now. She did say later. Yes. Sorry to trouble you.
Sorry, I can't help.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
He sounded a bit strange.
Hadn't been drinking, had he?
Not drunk exactly.
But, you know, people keep giving him glasses of sherry and he just can't take it. It's something to do with his bloodstream.
No, not drunk, more,
Suspicious.
yeah.
He'll enjoy that.
He didn't sound very happy.
Dear, that means he's working himself up.
What into?
A jealous rage.
You mean he thinks that you're...
All the time.
Well, why say you weren't here?
Well, he'd have been upset if I was. I mean, that's why I did it. He enjoys being jealous.
It's been marvellous to have a husband who's still jealous after all this time.
20 years.
Norman stopped being jealous after 20 weeks. Days.
It all started as a sort of a game, really, when our son left home to be an army band boy.
It's nice to have a career.
He wanted to be a soldier and his father wanted him to be a musician, so they compromised. Suddenly I had a lot of time on me hands and Harry used to come home and say, "And now what have you been up to today?" And I'd say, "Never you mind." And he'd say, "Come here, you devil woman," and, well, you know.
See what you mean?
The more jealous I made him, the more it pepped up our marriage, gave it a new lease of life.
Even though you were making it all up?
Sometimes I think he forgets he enjoys it so much. Well, I used to, but it's getting out of hand. Mind you, he's always had traces of it in him, what with him thinking I'm the most desirable woman in Windsor. Well, the world, really.
I didn't know he had it in him. I mean, I know he's always been something of an artiste, tuning pianos and that, but rage and jealousy must be marvellous.
I tell you, he thinks I'm the goddess of love.
Ah, good afternoon, Squire. Tell me, peppermints, extra strong.
6 packets.
Right. There you are, thank you. Old stomach playing you up again, eh?
What stomach?
Well, your lady wife mentioned it.
My wife?
Well, just by way of idle chit-chat.
When have you been chit-chatting my wife?
We're not starting that again, are we?
What's going on?
She simply mentioned your stomach. I mean, when a fella buys about 100 weight of peppermints a month, it's bound to cause comment. Allow me that.
You just watch it.
Oh, hello.
Busy?
Well, you know, I like to enter into the spirit of things. Don't they put enough gum on these ever?
I can't stop now. I'll see you later. How about 6 o'clock?
Well, how about it?
Yeah, well, I say, just might have a job for you.
Huh? Oh, no, not again.
Yeah, 6 o'clock then.
Oh, look, Harry. Look, Harry, hang on. Harry.
Well, well, well. My day's made.
Hello, George.
But you look different. There's a kind of radiance. But don't tell me. It's your hair.
Do you like it?
Sets you off to perfection. Now, what can I do for you?
Harry's peppermint.
Oh, he's already been in.
Oh, dear, he'll be waiting for me at home then.
Lucky Harry, I always say.
Now, there was something else.
Oh, yes?
My advertisement in your window.
Any response?
Not so much as a whisper.
They don't know what they're missing.
I think I'd like you to take it down.
Now, are you quite sure?
Oh, I think so. Our financial situation's much healthier now, you know. People always start a rush to have their pianos tuned at Christmas.
I'll have it out this very minute.
Well, if we could settle up with you then.
There's plenty of time, Lillian. And if there's anything else I can do for you, you've only got to ring that bell.
Practicing my Christmas medley.
Oh, you'd have made a wonderful pianist.
No, no, Nellie. You were absolutely right. I had to think of you, of your security.
True. Cup of tea?
Where have you been?
You know where I've been, Harry?
I know that whenever you pass comment on my playing, something is up. Where are you going?
I'm going to turn the kettle off.
The kettle can wait.
I can't.
Sit down, please. I want to talk to you.
What about?
About where you've been.
All right. Where do you think I've been?
Ah, you tell me.
Traipsing round the shops.
And?
And my feet are killing me.
What else?
Had my hair done.
Ah.
Do you like it?
Oh, very nice, yes. I telephoned, you know, your hairdresser. You weren't there.
Yes, I was.
You weren't there when you said you'd be.
Please yourself.
What I want to know is this.
What?
I haven't finished. What I want to know is this. What were you doing between the time you left here at 12 o'clock? I know because I telephoned. And 3 o'clock when you had your appointment.
Shopping.
What shopping? Show me.
Presents. I didn't find any.
Who saw you? If you've anything to say to me, you better say it here and now.
All right. I spent the afternoon walking hand in hand through the castle grounds with that nice Jamaican bus conductor off the number 84.
You're lying.
Of course I'm lying.
Don't mock me, Lily.
Well, what do you expect?
Fidelity, that's what I expect. Respect and honesty.
Total commitment. Oh, Harry, don't let's have your speech, not just before Christmas.
20 years and it comes to this.
It's always coming to this, and to be quite honest, Harry, I've had enough.
I'll ask you one more time. Where have you been?
To have me hair done, I only said I wasn't.
Right. That does it.
Ask her.
I'll kill him.
Look, drink your tea.
I'll drink all right, but not tea.
You're not going down to that pub again.
I am going down to that pub. I'm going to buy myself a drink. Several drinks. And I'm going to consider whether there's any point in going on.
Don't forget your scarf, you'll catch your death.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Well, it'd save me worrying about what to get you for Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Ta. Cheers.
Right, about tomorrow.
What about tomorrow?
I'm going away.
Don't tell me you want me to keep an eye on your wife again.
I shall be leaving home at 7:30 sharp.
Harry, how many times have I kept an eye on your wife?
Oh, about.
Don't bother. 7. And how many times have I had anything to report? Not once.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say it, Harry. I'm saying it. I think you're wasting your time.
Just because you haven't seen anything, it doesn't mean to say there's nothing going on.
But maybe she isn't like that.
Isn't like it? You don't know what I have to put up with. The whole attitude towards me is one long innuendo. Where's that photograph I gave you?
Harry, I know what she looks like.
I know. Get it out. Let me have a look at it. Is she or is she not all woman?
All woman and a bit more.
I've seen the way men look at her.
But all right, but just because men look at her...
Are you working tomorrow night?
No.
Right. Are you going to take this job and thereby put money in your pocket, or do I have to look elsewhere?
I'll take it.
Good.
650.
We agreed 3.
That was last time.
We agreed special terms. It'd be by way of a long-term contract.
Harry, it's Christmas. How about a bit of goodwill?
325.
6.
350.
5.
4.
You're on.
7:30 then.
Right. Harry? When I'm keeping an eye on your wife, where are you?
Oh. Now, what did I do with that other roll? His bureau. To darling Harry, from his friend, with eternal gratitude and love.
I've made up my mind.
You need time to think.
Precisely.
Good, so do I.
I shall go away tomorrow to consider the situation.
You've done a lot of considering this past few months.
Yes, well, the situation demands it.
It certainly demands something.
The facts remain clear. We cannot carry on like this.
No, we can't. How does this strike you as a piece of decoration?
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
busy time of year.
Oh, it'll be murder by the end of the week.
People always leave it.
Quite. I know why you're here, Lillian. You're here for advice.
Does it show?
15 years on the beat gives a man more than his fair share of insight into the human condition.
Well, that's why I've come to you, you being an ex-policeman.
More than that, Lillian, a potential CID man.
A detective?
Oh, yes. I was on the way up. The selection board is a mere formality, but the police force, like any other profession, is riddled with petty jealousies. And what's more, Lillian, with jobs for the boys. Before I knew it, I was being elbowed into traffic control. That wasn't for me, so I got out while the going was good. Now then, tell me, what's it all about, eh?
It's about Harry.
He's ill-treating you?
Oh, no, well, not physically. Oh, dear, it's very hard.
Now take your time and let it all pour out.
It's about his goings away. You see, ever since I've known him, he's been a frustrated performer. What he would have liked to have been more than anything else is a stage pianist. Popular, but with an air of refinement, in the mode of Mantovani, as you might say. Dear, I hate talking about him behind his back.
Not a word of this will pass my lips. Of that you may rest assured.
It's what first attracted me to him, as a matter of fact. The way he used to sit down at the piano and play all those lovely tunes like there was coming out of his finger ends. He's got lovely hands, you may have noticed. Well, as I was quick to point out, it's one thing doing it as a hobby and another as a means of livelihood, especially when you've got a young bride to support.
And immediately there was a rift in your relationship.
No, he saw my point entirely. So he compromised and settled for the relative security of piano tuning. Of course, we none of us realised then that it was a dying art.
No.
People aren't buying them, you know, not like they used to. Well, anyway, just after our son left home, I discovered that he was playing the piano professionally. You know, just the odd engagement, round tables, Masonics, working men's clubs, that sort of thing.
He'd gone back on his word. Bad.
Well, I took it that he was alleviating his frustration and earning a well-needed few pounds at the same time.
Was that his interpretation?
Well, I don't know. I never asked him. He'd chosen to keep it secret, and I didn't want to upset him by letting him think that it wasn't.
It wasn't what?
A secret.
I take your point.
Well, everyone's entitled to the odd secret, and I took it that that was his. Suppose he thought it'd upset me if I found out.
Presumably these engagements were in the evening?
Sometimes he stays out overnight.
Where does he say he is?
Well, what he does is to start an argument and then say that he's got to go somewhere else to consider our future.
And you accept that?
Well, I quite enjoy it. It gives me a chance to put my feet up. Mind you, I realise now that it's all been a cover-up.
For what?
For her.
Stone the crows.
I found it by accident. Read the writing.
I see the word friend is in inverted commas. We all know what that means.
All the time he's been accusing me of carrying on with every Tom, Dick and George.
Steady on.
All the time it's been a cover-up for him shilly-shallying with her. What sort of woman would walk around dressed like that?
Well, the only word that springs readily to mind is sex maniac.
Oh, my God. Should I employ a private detective?
In my experience, a private investigator could well prove embarrassing both financially and emotionally. You'll have to think very carefully.
What should I do then?
Well, I suggest that you call upon the services of my good self.
Pauline? Ah, this is your friend. Yeah. Oh, you're what? Oh, I'm sorry, you're what? Oh, dictation. Yes, just to confirm tonight, then. Usual place, 8 o'clock. I'll pick you up. Yes. Huh? Oh, a good 3/4 of an hour. Oh, I see. You've been there before? I see. Well, you see, I've made arrangements, you see. Yes. Oh, well, I'll pick you up at 7:30, then.
What do you think?
That's very effective.
Couple of snowdrifts, bit of holly.
Yeah. There's been a change of plan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I should be leaving home at 7 o'clock, sharp, not half past as previously agreed.
You wouldn't like to reconsider, would you? The weather forecast is terrible.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, you try standing on a street corner all night, you might find out.
Anyway, look, should anything happen, phone me straight away at this number.
Well, nothing ever happens, you know that.
And if I'm busy, leave a message.
Busy?
Yeah, nothing too obvious, mind. Return immediately, something like that.
I'll phone up just before 7, just to make sure it's still on, all right?
It will be. 7 o'clock then.
Now, are we quite sure that he doesn't know you're onto him?
Yes.
Good.
Mind you, it was all I could do to contain myself.
A lesser woman would have crowned him.
It did cross my mind.
Now, what time's he leaving tonight?
7:30.
You're positive of that?
Absolutely. He demanded his tea for 6:30. The source of it.
Right. He leaves at 19:30, whereupon I shall follow him. Excuse me.
How do you do?
One moment, sir.
Sir?
It's him. Now, just you sit there quietly, and I'll play it by ear.
Yes, I should.
Sorry about that. What can I do for you?
I'd like a box of chocolates.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Something in milk with a seasonal lid.
For your wife, is it, sir?
My wife? Yes.
How much did you want to go to?
Oh, about 150, not more than 2.
Uh-huh. Let me see now. Now, she'll be delighted with these. I'm sure she will. 2. Thank you. There we are, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should my wife come in?
Come in. Oh, I shouldn't think there's much chance of that, sir. Oh, no, she won't come in.
Yeah, but should she? Don't mention these. Present.
I understand.
That does it. I never touch milk chocolate.
Did you notice how with one apparently simple question I immediately had him on the spot?
Of course, it could be for his sister.
Not you notice who are they for, but are they for your wife? Neat and effective. Now then, I take it he's going by car?
Yes.
Right. Now, just before he leaves, I want you to telephone that number. Let it ring 3 times and then hang up. I will return the call, ring 3 times and off and be on my way.
But wouldn't it be easier just to wait outside?
The less time I'm seen hanging around that street, the better. People are always ringing up the nick about strange men sitting in cars, the possibility being that it's a burglar sussing out the area. We cannot be too careful, or my cover will be blown sky high.
Oh, yes.
Now, if everything goes according to plan, that phone will ring at approximately 19:25. And don't worry.
I'm away then.
It's not 7 o'clock yet.
Oh, well, what is half an hour at a time like this? I may be back tonight, I may be back tomorrow, I can't say.
Well, before you go, could you put that up for me?
Well, where?
There.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Marker? Oh, don't wait up.
I shall have an early night.
Yes.
You better hurry, he's just left.
Lillian, George, there's been a positive development.
Oh, my God.
I can't tell you exactly what at the moment, but of course I shall keep you informed. Cheerio. Evening.
Evening, sir.
Just act normal.
Pardon?
Register. Ah, haven't checked in yet, I see. Couple that just came in. Middle-aged man, lady wearing a Russian hat, 2 suitcases. What room?
Oh, they're not staying here. They're in the concert.
Concert?
There's a concert in the ballroom for the local senior citizens. That's Mr. Longstaff and his assistant. They're performing.
Performing?
I think he plays the piano and she does tricks.
Are you sure they're not staying here?
Positive. We're fully booked anyway. Are you all right, sir? You've gone a bit pale.
Is there somewhere I can get a drink?
Bitter out there tonight. Bitter.
What are you doing here?
Come to do your nails.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry, Joy. Not tonight. I've got too much on me mind.
It'll take 10 minutes.
Oh, I couldn't sit still, not even for 10 minutes.
It's not Harry again, is it?
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, no. Look, I'll phone you tomorrow. Hello?
Hello?
Lillian, George, I'm just ringing to say that I think it'd be wrong of you to jump to any conclusion.
What conclusion?
Well, the thing is, I don't want you to worry, that's all.
Worry? I'm sitting here worried out of my life. You said there'd been a positive development.
Oh, as long as you don't do anything silly.
Silly? How do you mean, silly?
Precipitous, then. Well, you just sit there quietly. I'll keep you informed. Waiter!
Well, a right lot tonight. Not one of my jokes got a titter.
Well, the impressionist did very well.
Well, he would, wouldn't he? Ronald Coleman and Donald Duck. It's made for this lot. Old age pensioners, half of them won't be drawing it much longer, I can tell you that. My best joke, the one about the gorilla. Nothing.
Let's hope they like music.
We'll soon find out, won't we?
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily on high, on heaven the bells are ringing. Go on, stop. Where's your Christmas spirit?
Gives a chip.
No.
Go on.
I'll tell you what, I'll sell you one.
Get away.
Oh, come on, mister, I can change your quid.
Clear off.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now, for your own and very special diversification, we present that debonair dabbler of the keyboard and his delectable assistant, Harry Longstaff and friend.
Mrs. Longstaff?
Yes?
Well, I'm terribly sorry to call on you this time of night, Mrs. Longstaff. It's about your advertisement.
My what?
In the shop. Accommodation offered to single gentlemen of quiet disposition.
They should have taken that down.
Oh, you mean it's gone?
It's no longer under offer.
Only I've been let down, you see, with my digs. I came here purely on the off chance.
Oh, dear, you look frozen stiff. Come in a minute.
It's very nice.
Thank you. How do you mean, let down?
Well, I'm just moving into the area. It's my work, you understand, and the arrangement was for me to be accommodated by a Mr. and Mrs. Tarrant of Green Lane. But when I arrived there earlier this evening, I was informed by a neighbour that they left this morning on a winter cruise to the Canaries. I did write, of course, confirming the arrangements, but the letter must have gone astray.
Post is terrible at this time of year. What are you going to do?
Well, as I say, I came here on a desperate off chance. I just happened to see the advertisement. A hotel, I suppose.
I feel terrible.
Oh, no.
Well, there is a room, my son's room, but to be quite honest, I haven't yet consulted my husband.
Oh, you've been more than kind, as it is, Mrs. Longstaff. If I could just warm myself a little longer, I'll be on my way.
I can't turn you out, not just before Christmas.
But if you're no longer letting the room...
Well, I could manage for just one night. How would that suit?
Well...
Oh, come on. Take the room tonight and then look for somewhere else tomorrow morning when you're refreshed.
But what about your husband?
Oh, him. Oh, he wouldn't mind. He wouldn't want you traipsing about the streets in this weather any more than I would. It's not human. If I'd known, I'd have got it a bit warmer.
Oh, it's very, very nice. Lovely. I notice your son's a music lover.
Oh, he takes after his father.
Not his mother?
Oh, me? I'm hopeless. Well, I'll leave you to settle in then, Mr. Sugden.
You're very kind.
I expect you'd like a warm drink.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Harry. Mark.
What's happened?
Well, Harry, you better get hold of something. She's got a man in there.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't seen it.
Drinking?
I haven't moved. Well, hardly.
Well, tell me exactly what you've seen.
Well, about an hour ago, some woman turned up.
Woman? What woman?
Well, I don't know, just a woman. It looked like a blonde to me. She was wearing a red coat with a great hood and carrying one of those little, what do you call them, vanity bags.
That would be Joy to do her nails.
Well, she was only there a minute.
She got rid of her because he was coming. Go on.
Well, then, about 10 minutes ago, a man turned up.
Huh? Describe him.
Oh, just a man, a little fella.
How little?
Oh, not a midget, smallish.
I'll kill him. What else?
Well, they went up into the bedroom.
Harry, you still there?
I'm coming back.
Oh, no, don't do that. You might be making a terrible mistake.
The bedroom. I'll kill him. You stay where you are.
Oh, look, I'm freezing. If I stay here...
Aren't you going to change?
Something's happened. An emergency. I shall have to go.
Can I help?
No one can help, not now. I'd be very pleased if you could find your own way home. Ask the porter to get you a taxi.
It's Miles.
I'm very sorry, but it's unavoidable. 20 years thrown clean out of the window. Here's your half of tonight's money. Oh, Merry Christmas.
Excuse me, I hope I'm not intruding, but I happened to catch the show tonight, and I wonder if you might favour me with your autograph. Thank you very much.
Hot chocolate?
Oh, you're very, very kind.
If you don't mind, I'll just get ready for bed. I'm not very good company tonight. I've got something on my mind.
Oh, nothing serious, I hope.
I'm not sure yet.
Well, they do say a good night's sleep works wonders.
Well, if there's nothing else you want, I'll...
Well, could I ask one small favour, if it's not too much of an imposition? Could I watch the sports programme on the television?
Well, if you don't mind watching it on your own...
Oh, no, not at all. It doesn't start for another half hour. What I thought I'd do is get ready for bed first.
Would you like a bath?
Well, I didn't like to ask.
I'll put some towels out for you.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm not full-time. It's such a hazardous career, isn't it? Mark you, I would have been prepared to take the chance, but it's my fiancé more than anything. Well, he's so jealous. Well, even if I told him it was money towards our marriage savings, he still wouldn't tolerate it. Quite honestly, he doesn't even know. I only do it when he's on nights. But even then I have to be very careful. I really ought to stop. But once you've been on a stage and heard the applause, it's very hard. Do you know what I mean?
How did you, get together with Mr. Longstaff?
Oh, by chance, really. Oh, we were working on the same bill one night, and he thought together we might make rather a good specialty act. I must say that so far it's proved right. Touch wood.
You must know him very well. Intimately, you might say.
Oh, no, nothing like that. But he's very nice. Something dashing off like that. He did say it was an emergency.
Should have followed him.
Sorry?
I said I noticed you have a box of chocolates.
Harry's Christmas present. He's very sweet.
Prince?
Yes, well, it's been very nice talking to you, Mr.
Jones?
Mr. Jones. But I really must be going.
Oh, look, allow me to give you a lift.
Oh, I couldn't.
Oh, please, it's the least I can do.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to trouble you, Mrs. Longstaff. I don't seem to be getting a picture.
It's that aerial. The plug's all funny.
Yeah, let me have a go. Oh.
Don't forget to switch everything off before you go up.
Oh, I won't. Good night, Mrs. Longstaff.
Good night, Mr. Sugden.
And now we bring you highlights of tonight's wrestling. Over to Scunthorpe's amateur...
What's it all about then?
Good evening, officer.
Don't you good evening me, mate. What's your name?
This is Mr.
Jones.
Jones.
Oh, yeah.
This is my fiancé.
Oh, my God.
You're supposed to be at your mother's.
Look, I can explain.
Don't worry, mate. I know your game.
Just a minute. I was in the force for 15 years.
Hey, you been on club dancing?
Where are they?
Well, the last I saw, they were in the sitting room.
Doing what?
Well, I couldn't really see. Here, you've been drinking.
Too right up in drinking.
Harry!
You swine! Die, you...
Harry, cut it out! Harry! Harry, leave him alone!
Get up!
Harry!
Get
It's very loud with a stay down after that. No sign of moving.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
You must be mad coming here. I suppose this was all arranged, was it? Well, don't tell me you came here on the off chance. Well, how long has this been going on? Well, come on! How did you meet her?
I replied to an advertisement.
Answer me.
No!
Who is he?
What about your fancy woman?
Don't change the subject.
Excuse me. Can I have a quiet word?
Who's he?
A friend. Harry, cut it out. There's been a terrible mistake.
Who is he?
This is Mr. Sugden.
Good evening.
I'll kill him. What do you mean, a mistake?
Tell him.
I answered the advertisement.
The what?
He's your lodger.
What happened?
I've been attacked.
By Harry?
No, by a policeman.
Did you report him?
I can't. It was her fiancé.
Oh. Whose?
Harry's friend.
An engaged woman?
There's been a terrible mistake.
His assistant.
She does conjuring tricks.
Come on, then.
Here, who's this?
Harry's friend.
No more violence.
Who's he?
This is George. He just popped in to say hello.
Hello. Where did you get that?
He was attacked by a policeman.
Who are you?
This is Mr. Sugden.
What does he want?
All I want's a good night's sleep.
Lily?
Oh, I'd better be off.
I should.
Lily!
Oh, excuse me. Hang on. Have you got a car?
Why?
Well, do me a favour. Look, our friend here's got nowhere to stay. Would you mind running him round to my place? Willow Court, number 3.
No. All right.
Thanks very much. See you later.
My clothes.
Yeah, I'll bring them with me.
I just answered this advertisement, you
Hey?
see.
What advertisement?
In the newsagents.
Well, I hope you two have had time to think it all over.
Yes. I don't believe her.
And I don't believe you.
Oh, I give up. You don't want to believe him, do you?
I know what's been going on. You wanted to look at her to see what sort of a woman she is.
Likewise.
I don't know what's been going on, but let me put it this way, if I may. I've got frostbite. The lodger's been damn near strangled. Her friend has been attacked by a policeman. And you two sit there as if nothing had happened.
Have a drink before you go?
No. Thanks. Oh, Merry Christmas.
I expect you'll be demanding a hot drink.
I would like one, yes. Her friend was attacked by a policeman. Her friend? What friend? What friend?